first problems that we run into as VIPKid teachers is where are we going to put our classroom? And so I'm going to share with you how I use my exercise room and turn it into my classroom. So I hope you enjoy. At first I wasn't really sure where I wanted my classroom, but since I already had this whiteboard up in my exercise room / office, I decided it would be a good place to start. Now, one of the problems I had was that my whiteboard is kind of high, so I needed a higher table and a higher chair, but it worked out, and I'm going to show you. The other thing is that this whole setup really takes very little space. I'm probably in about a 4x4 section of my room. So let's get started. I want to show you around my classroom a little bit. The first thing I did was, since I have 2 treadmills in here, is I put up my treadmills, so now I have this wide open area. Then for my table, my stored table, it's actually behind the door, so I can fold it up, put it away. My whiteboard, of course, stays here, and my chair, I do scoot it back a little bit so that it's out of the way, but it stays here. And then over here, I just have a couple little props. So I have my puppets on a stick, and I have my Play Mini, and I have my little megaphone. Okay, and so then I'm going to show you where I store the rest of my stuff. So because I don't use a lot of props, I'm able just to use the extra space in my closet, still have room for all my coats, and just put my props in here. I've got over to the side, my phonics wheels and some of my picture props, and then I have my musical instruments, place for my laptop, and then when I'm done teaching, I'm able to put everything away and then still have my room back. Okay, so then on this side of the closet, I have my puppets, I have my extra equipment, my lesson cards, my side table, a board that I use, and then again, close the closet, everything's stored away, nobody can see it, doesn't take up a lot of clutter in the room, and I can use my room again. Okay, so it's really just taken me a few minutes to set up. I pulled out my table, I already pulled out my chair a little bit here. I have my headphones, my camera's hooked up, and with this camera I don't need the extra lighting. Usually the room lighting is enough. Right here I just have my puppets, and then I have my musical instruments, so you can see everything is really just within arm's length. So I also use this gooseneck iPad stand in my classroom. I really love it. It really works well. So in case my laptop goes down, I've got my iPad for backup, just already set up, ready to go. The thing I don't like about it is it's pretty wobbly. Okay, so if I'm going to teach a class and I'm writing on the screen, then I'm kind of worried about it flopping. So I actually have it balanced on the end of my laptop so that it's more stable. The other thing I want to talk about is that I mentioned I don't normally use extra lighting when I'm teaching. My external camera usually provides enough light, but before I had this camera, I actually used this lamp, and just a little lamp that I would set at the end of the table here. Then you could go ahead and move it around, and it would beam on me and of course be painful, but yeah, it did the trick. So the other thing that I have is my table. You can see that my whole area is really only that 4x4 area. It doesn't take up a lot of space. So I have a little table that I use on the side. It's got my fan, my charts, my lessons, my extra cards. I still have table room, so if I want to put some of my props up here, and it just is really super easy and convenient without taking up a lot of space. So the one thing I do want to say is that because this table is a little high, then it's not really realistic for you to do. It's kind of hard for you to do the standing up and sitting down when you have lessons that want you to do that. But if you're a teacher that uses a standing up desk, then how are you going to sit down anyways? So it works out just fine. On the bottom of my table, it has a little bar, but I didn't really find that very comfortable for long teaching, so I had my husband just make a board, and I've got a board down here for my feet. It's kind of like a platform, and then I put just a towel over it so that it's a little bit more comfy. But anyways, this is just really a quick and easy setup that maybe will be helpful to you, I hope. If you're not a VIPKid teacher, you can check out my link for the referral code, and I hope that you get on board with us because it's really a fun job. I really truly enjoy it. I hope that you find this video helpful. Thanks for watching.